Last year, I went for 4 days. This year, I decided to do a 5-day water-only fast. And I mean, there was some salt in there and a few magnesium tablets, but we'll get into that. And so what this video is kind of, at the start, it's answering some rapid fire questions over what happens during a 5-day extended fast of just water only. And towards the back end, or actually the majority of the video, you'll see in the timestamps below, is kind of like a day-by-day journal style video diary documentary of my first extended fast, or first 5-day fast. Last year I did, as we said, I did 4 days. So this was one more extra day. A big preface to this video is what you're about to see is just anecdotal stories of my experience doing a 5-day fast. I'm not a doctor. This is not medical advice. If you think about starting your own extended fast, you may get some ideas. But of course, if you have any concerns, you're smart enough to know that you should do your own research or consult with a medical professional before starting any of your own health endeavors. There is also an article to go along with this video, so if you want to check that out, if you prefer to read, because this video is fairly long, check that in the description. It's got basically all the same information that we're about to go through. So that being said, let's start on some questions. Why did you do a 5-day fast? Well, aside from the plethora of health benefits that science is only really just starting to unearth about fasting, I just wanted to see what it was like as an experience, to go 5 days without food. See, if you had told me 3 years ago that I would be a almost completely normal functioning human being after not eating for 5 days, I would have told you to get lost. maybe a bit more aggressive than just get lost. So it was really just to see what it was like to go without food for 5 days. Not for weight loss or take care of any gut issues, just to see what it was like, how I would feel after not eating for 5 days. How did you start the 5-day fast? So I decided to go from Sunday night dinner to Friday night dinner. And so Sunday night dinner, I had a relatively low carbohydrate. So it was just chicken and greens and some almond butter. I mean, I have almond butter almost with every meal. It's my favorite food. And so I did that because I read somewhere that you should probably have a low carbohydrate meal for your last meal. And then the next day, so you wake up, so that's going to be Sunday night, had last meal before starting the fast. And so Monday morning, I went for a really long walk, about 90 minutes, maybe a bit longer. Wasn't too intense. It was just a walk, chilled out walk. And that was to kickstart the body burning excess glycogen stores, because which is a fuel source, one of the hardest parts about a fast is the switch over between your body using glycogen as its primary fuel source to using ketones, which is, once you start using ketones, you enter ketosis. Once you get into ketosis, it's like you're on cruise control for the fast. It's really hard to explain, but that's kind of how it felt. Once my blood ketones were elevated, I didn't feel hungry at all, and yeah, I felt good. How much weight did you lose during the fast? So I've got some average weights here for each day. So the reason why it's average, because I weighed in a few times per day. Usually I wake up in the morning and weigh in first thing after waking up. So go to the bathroom, take a leak, weigh in basically naked. And then I would weigh in again at lunchtime, or just whenever I'd go to the bathroom to wash my hands, because you just stand on the scales and see what happens. And so, of course, during the day, as I was drinking water, not eating anything, so I'd weigh in really light in the morning, or lighter than usual. And then as I had water, my weight would increase through the day. So these are just averages of what happened. So day 1, I was 74.8 kilos, which is 165 pounds. Day 2, 73.3 kilos. Day 3, 72.9. Day 4, 72.6 kilos. Day 5, 71.8 kilos. And day 6, so one day after the fast, so I broke the fast, I was 71.4 kilos. And then day 12, so 1 week post the fast, I was 71.8 kilos. So I started relatively heavy for me. I'm usually hovering around 70 to 73 kilos. So I was 74.8 on day 1. And so by the end of the fast, I was 71.8. So down 3 kilos. And even now, 2 weeks past, I haven't put that weight back on. So maybe I got rid of some excess fat, excess water weight. I'm not entirely sure. What did you consume during the fast? I had water with sprinkles of salt, like just regular table salt, and just sprinkle it in water, or sea salt. I didn't measure it. I would just crack the salt cracker a few times. Sparkling water, and then magnesium tablets. So I had just standard magnesium tablets you can buy off the shelf. I just had 2, which is the recommended dosage on the bottle. Two of those before bed on nights 2, 3, 4. So only three out of the 5 nights. Yeah. That's the idea of a fast, right? You're not consuming anything. Did you exercise during the fast? Yes. Every morning I went for a slow, below stressful walk in nature, usually with my dad or with my friends or with my younger brother. That's basically how I start every morning. So during the fast, actually, I wasn't trying to change anything. I was just trying to just do what I would normally do, except not eat food. That's it, or abstain from food. I also did weightlifting. So the night of day 1, I played touch. So I usually play touch on Monday nights. So I went to that, touch football. That's about 40 minutes of running around. Day 2, I did a weightlifting session and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu session. For the weightlifting and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu sessions, I was a little slow out of the gates. But once I found that I got sweating or the blood was pumping, I felt incredible. I mean, the pump is the cure, right? Day 3, I did nothing except a walk, so I rested. And then day 4 and day 5, I did a weightlifting session as well as a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu session. And as for the weightlifting sessions, it wasn't anything massive. I was probably doing about 70 to 80% of the volume I would usually do. So about 4 to 5 exercises in about 20 to 25 minutes maximum. I wasn't trying to push anything or do any personal best. I was just going in there to get a pump and get out. What was the hardest part about the fast? Well, I started the fast with a friend of mine and my little brother, and so the idea was we're all just going to do it for the 5 days. And this is a little bit of a spoiler for what's to come, but my friend decided he'd had enough by about halfway through day 3, and then my little brother decided he'd also had enough by the end of day 3. So massive effort to them. Of course, it's perfectly fine at any time if you want to end the fast. But I had decided, I had told myself that I was going to go the full day. So there was no chance that I was giving in. But it was playing around with my head, the fact that my friend and my little brother had stopped and I was just over halfway. So I knew how much longer I had to go. And yeah, I was on my own. But that was another benefit of it, is that it's like a little bit of a challenge. And so once I got over that, I had a nap and then just woke up and it was fine. I continued on. Also, the other difficult part was the only thing I really missed was the ritual of mealtime. So one of my favorite activities in the whole world, or probably this is top 3, maybe top 2, is to sit down and have food with family, have food with friends, or just have food after, like, as a reward for finishing a heart training session or doing some study or work or whatnot. And so that was probably the only thing that I missed, was just the ritual of eating food and enjoying food with others. How did you spend time during the fast? Now, you probably don't realize, or I certainly didn't realize it, it really makes it clear, is that when you're not eating at all, you start to find how much time you actually spend around eating. And so what I mean by that is, like, you shop for food, you prepare food, you sit down, you eat food, and you clean up after that. And if you're doing that potentially multiple times per day, that ends up being a lot of time. So during a fast, because you're not doing any of that, you wind up with a lot of free time. So I found myself just I had naps during the day, like if I got hungry or tired, which I didn't really get hungry actually. But I found myself just having like an afternoon siesta. Usually I would do a weight training session, probably midday-ish, because that's when I usually eat. I usually only eat lunch and dinner during the day. So that's my regular, sort of eating schedule, eating pattern. I find that just works best for me. And so when it came to around lunchtime when I would usually eat, I would go do a workout, come home, and then just have an afternoon nap and chill out for a bit. So had plenty of time, but most of the time in that plenty of extra time, I was either doing nothing or just doing what I would usually do: writing, coding, reading, studying. How were your concentration levels during the fast? As I mentioned before, I was trying to keep everything just as the same as I would usually do. So I didn't really notice a major drop in concentration. If anything, there were periods of time when I felt more concentrated because I just had extra time and I wasn't sort of distracted by an impending mealtime coming up. So that's usually what happens during the day, is like if I'm working in the morning and doing whatever it is that I'm doing, and it starts to get around lunchtime, it'll just be that habit forming, and it'll just sort of, whatever I'm doing, I'll be like, oh, I know I have to stop this because I'm going to be having lunch or something like that. And so because that wasn't there, I could just keep doing what I had to be doing. And yeah, I did a bunch of writing, I did a bunch of coding, I did a bunch of reading, and yeah, it was as normal. What did you break the fast with? A delicious black Angus sirloin seasoned with sea salt. I'm actually going to leave that. That's like a surprise for the end of the video. But I did read somewhere that you want to keep your first meal kind of simple. You see, I've never had a problem with a real major problem with digestion or anything like that. So I found after breaking the fast, about an hour later, I felt 100% fine. So I had some more food, some vegetables, and some almond butter, my favorite food again, and felt completely fine. No troubles at all. What was your sleep like? So a lot of times, or actually in my last fast, like I saw a 4-day one, I had a little bit of interrupted sleep. And so I'm not sure what was different about this one, but I didn't notice any major changes with sleep. I think I found out myself I was sleeping deeper. I think this one, actually, the main change between the last 4-day fast and this one was, last one, I was having black coffee during the day. And so this one was just completely water only, no black tea or black coffee or green tea or anything like that. Just water only, water and salt. And so I think maybe that's why my sleep wasn't affected. Or potentially was the fact that I had a couple of magnesium tablets before bed. So maybe that's, again, I'm not entirely sure. That's just what happened. Sleep didn't really change too much. I found myself waking up a little bit dehydrated. So it's a little slow getting out of bed. But again, that quickly fixed itself after having some water after waking up. What were your blood ketone measurements? So about 36 hours in, so by the end of day 2, the end of day 2, so 48 hours in, I started measuring my blood ketone levels. I didn't measure my blood glucose levels this time. So I started with a minimum of 0.2 millimoles per liter of blood ketone levels. So once there's debates on what the proper range is but the Zero Fasting app said that it's 0 to 2.0 millimoles per liter is about nutritional or fasting ketosis. And so end of day 2, I was 0.2 millimoles per liter. And then the maximum was 3.4 millimoles per liter on the morning of day 4 of ketones. And then it ended up being 2.1 millimoles per liter right before breaking the fast. So a little bit of a range there. It usually hovered around 1.5 to 3-ish during days 3 to 5. What was going to the toilet like without eating? Pretty uneventful. I only went to the bathroom twice on the morning of day 4 and day 5. And as you could imagine, not much happened. Did you ever get hungry? Only on day 1 and day 2 around lunchtime did I ever really feel hungry. And I mean, it's not even, when I say that, it's not like I was ravenous for food. I think it's just completely out of habit. Because as I said, I usually eat my first meal around lunchtime. And so it got to that point of the day and it's just like, my brain is like, ooh, it's food time. Yes. But of course, because I was fasting, it wasn't food time. And it's actually quite counterintuitive. The further you go along, the less hungry you get. So you'll see in the documentary, in the video diary sort of thing, and also in the blog posts, journal entries, that I was never really hungry throughout the whole thing. Even on the final day, day 5, right before breaking the fast, after finishing training, cooking dinner for the whole family and my friends, I did not feel hungry at all. I was certainly excited and ready for food, but it was like not like, oh, I need this food right now. So yeah, you get less hungry the further you go along. What was the best part about the fast? Feeling in tune with nature. It's incredibly hard to describe, but by like day 4 and 5, it was almost like I was high. Like seriously. Like I felt like I had nowhere to be. I was just completely present, nothing to do except just be. And at the same time, so, like I felt ready. So if I had to hunt something, I was walking around the backyard. I'm like, if I had to chase something down right now, I'm ready to go. So it got primal by the end. Would you do it again? Yes, I'm definitely going to do it again. I think I do 24 hours as a minimum, like 1 to 2 to maybe 3 times per month. And I think it's going to be an extended one at least once per year. So like 3, 5, 6 days, who knows? But yes, this is definitely going to be a staple going forward. So that is the rapid question section over. If you have any other questions, let me know, leave a comment below and I'll reply to them. Otherwise, enjoy the mini video diary / documentary series of what it's like to go through a 5-day water-only fast. Welcome to the
fasting couch.
The fasting couch,
The
mate.
fasting couch, yeah.
Well, why is it called the fasting couch, man?
Because you have to fast while you're sitting on this couch.
I'm about to sit on this couch for the next 5 days and not eat? Nah. We're actually just about to start a 5-day fast, which means water only for the next 5 days. Well, for me, it's going to be at least 5 days. So today is Sunday evening. We've just had dinner with the family, a nice chicken and greens, something simple, low carbohydrate. Because I read somewhere that it's a good idea to start low carbohydrate for your last meal before starting a large fast, so that you enter ketosis faster. We're saying fast a lot. Anyway, I'm going to go for at least 5 days, so just water only, possibly a little bit of, well, yes, there will be a little bit of salt in there, but we'll figure that out through the video. Sam, you're going to do at least 5 days, maybe longer.
Yeah, so minimum five days. I'm going to see how long I could, well, not survivability hold on, but how long I like want to actually do it myself. If that makes any sense?
Yeah, and main reason on my behalf is just I kind of want to do it at least once a year. Like I've done a 4-day fast before with water only, and I got a video on that. But this is just not to do any extreme weight loss or anything, but just to kind of have a reset. It felt really good last time going 5 days, and just want to challenge. But Sam, do you have any goals?
Well, number one, a little bit of weight loss wouldn't hurt, and like it's just as well I want to experiment with it because I do a lot of fasting myself, but I haven't done anything extreme more than like 20 plus hours, I'd say, when it comes to fasting. So yeah, I'd like to experiment with that.
Worst case is you can just eat. So we've got this like little app here. It's a timer. It's called Zero Fasting. It's got a whole bunch of information about fasting, and they're not sponsoring the video or anything. It's just a cool app that I've used before. So we're ready? You ready? We're going to kick it off. 3, 2, 1. We can remind you. I don't want notifications. Boom.
Remind me to eat. We can remind you after 120 hours to eat.
We just kicked it off. We're going to document throughout the next couple of days just how we're feeling, what we're doing. Tomorrow morning, we're going to go for
How do you feel right now?
I feel great. I just had dinner.
Yeah, I'm still hungry, but thought we'd keep it a light dinner.
All right.
Yeah.
We'll see you tomorrow. So we are 13 and a half hours through on day 1. We're setting up a little place here so we can take progress photos. Check that out. And we did go for a walk this morning for about an hour or so, just to start burning up that excess glucose so we get into ketosis quicker. Anyway, you want to write down here. Day 1. Boom. How's this look? There we go. So we'll get a photo here, then I'll go weigh in. I think I'm about 74, 75 kilos. See what we're weighing in. Day 1, 13 hours. Water only. 10% already. Look at that, 74.9 kilos. That is me. Alright, yeah, so 74, 75. I think I'll hover around that for those 5 days. We'll see. Your turn. 102. Beautiful. Alright, 13 hours in. How you feeling?
I'm a bit hangry actually. And
Hangry?
more tired.
What's hangry?
So angry and tired both just collide into one.
No coffee, mate.
No coffee,
No
yeah.
coffee.
It feels, that's probably why I'm a little bit tired because I'm a little reliant on the morning, but normally when I get to the afternoon I'm fine, so.
Alright, sweet. We're trying to just go just treating the day as normal. Just the only difference is water only, no food. But we'll check back in a few hours. Let's do a fast update. It is 10 to 1, about 1 p.m. I am 17 hours or so through, 14% through the 120 hours, and I am in the fat burning zone, which according to the app is saying as glycogen becomes depleted, glucose from gluconeogenesis starts to rise. So that's gluconeogenesis is your body producing glucose based off other things like protein. So making glucose from non-glucose sources. Lipolysis breaks down fat stores, fatty acids are mobilized for energy, the liver begins to synthesize ketones, which will eventually be what my body runs off, ketones, like a fat energy store, from excess energy produced from fatty acid oxidation. AMPK activity promotes autophagy. I'm not sure what AMPK is, but autophagy is basically, how I understand it, is your body getting rid of excess crap that it doesn't need because you're not putting in stuff. I put on a long sleeve shirt because I started to feel cold. Typically I get this around about 16 hours into a fast. And I believe after doing some research on the app, going through these articles and whatnot, is that it's because of the thyroid hormone, something is going on there. I don't know exact process, I'm not going to pretend to explain it. I'm just going to say I felt a little bit cold. I'm going as my day as per usual. I'm building a computer vision model to identify different foods. So I'm kind of kicking myself in the balls there. I'm going to get back to it, maybe have a little nap and just chill out. And then I'll check back in a few hours. Is that recording?
Yeah.
Big boy. Day 1 in the books. Look at that. 25 hours. 25 hours and 17 minutes actually. We're 21% the way through. How you feeling?
I'm tweaking real bad. I'm
What's
missing
that mean?
food.
Huh?
So I'm like...
How'd you feel today?
Really hungry through the whole day. I'm not even joking, I probably had like 6 litres of water. I had like 9 of them cups. 9 of them giant cups.
There's a big cup. Let me get that cup. Yeah, and what else did you do?
I pretty much just went for a walk and then just sat in this room. Like, I had like 9 of these and I'm going up, finishing another one before going to bed.
What'd you say? You're starting to... I'll put this on the floor, I think it shows up. You said, you're starting to appreciate food more.
Well, yeah, starting to appreciate food more. Like, this
25 hours without, is this the longest you've been without food?
I wouldn't say longest, but it's just more of like this is like I'm consciously thinking of food. When I didn't want food, I was like not thinking of it. So like,
Yeah.
whenever like I feel hungry, I've just second nature to get up and go to the kitchen. I'm fighting that urge, and that's what's hard about it. That's
the good thing is within the next so the app, this is telling us now that we're in ketosis apparently. Obviously we haven't done a blood ketone check, but judging by the timeline of a general fast with no food, I think around about 36 hours you start getting into deeper and deeper ketosis. So by the time we wake up, potentially body might have switched over from using glycogen as fuel to using ketones, so that hunger might go away, my friend.
I hope. I hope.
You know what? We're going to call Dave, who's my friend. He's also fasting. We're going to see how he's going.
What's up, bro?
Big boy, how are ya?
Good, mate.
Mate, how you feeling?
I have recovered. I was in Worlds, mate. I was in Worlds. I thought I was going to cave. but I've bounced back, and like a cat, mate, I've got 9 lives. Maybe I've got 5 days left in me.
Yes, yes. So for context, I spoke to Dave like what was an hour and a half ago, and you were on the borderline, mate, weren't you?
Dude, I was gonna like get the camera out, film a nice quality short video of me knocking up some butter chicken or maybe a steak, and totally just concede to this challenge. But no, I'm back.
All right, so you're feeling all right now.
Yeah, so basically, I didn't go for a walk. Like I was sort of thinking about going to gym or something, but I ended up going around to my sister's boyfriend's house to help him with his car.
Yeah.
And that sort of took my mind off it. Since then, I sort of just forgot that that I was feeling hungry. And now I'm not even really feeling hungry. So it's all good. And I was reading about I'm about to hit 24 hours, I think, in about half an hour. And definitely slipping into that next phase, I think. So
Boom. We're all on the next phase. I love it. All
I'm
right.
just picturing the abs. They're coming. They're coming.
I hope you're taking progress photos.
No, yeah, I've done one or two.
Yeah. Beautiful. All right, brother. Well, that's a little update. That's day 1 in the books. Day 1 in the books. We'll check in tomorrow at some point.
Easy. All right, mate. Have a good sleep.
All right. Peace out, brother.
Later, bro. See ya.
All right. Davo's doing well. Good on you, brother. He was, I called him like an hour ago. I finished touch football, and he was like, "Why should I keep doing this?" I'm like, "I don't even have a good reason, but do it for fun." And so I'm gonna go to bed. You're gonna go to bed, and yeah, just keep doing it tomorrow. Oh, we're up to day 2. Now I need to colour this in so you can see it. Anyway, so I woke up this morning a little bit tired, and then I went to the bathroom and I figured out, you don't need to see me colouring that in, I figured out that it was probably because of dehydration. So then, well, and what I mean by I woke up tired, I was sort of in bed and I'm like, feeling a bit, but then went to the bathroom, dehydration, had some water with some salt in it, and now I'm feeling great. We went for a walk this morning. How you feeling, Wem?
I'm feeling a lot better than I did yesterday. That's what I'm going to say.
I even went to the gym this morning to just check it out because there's a new gym in town and I'm a member of the franchise, and I busted out a little session. And I checked my mail this morning and check this out. I'll hide that address, but a food company has just sent me, I can get 40% off my next order. So they're tempting me. They must know you're doing a 5-day fast. But truth be told, I am feeling great. Haven't really felt hungry at all. I'm expecting to feel hungry maybe later this afternoon, but 40 or so hours in, we're in deep ketosis phase. So we're going to do progress pictures and then weigh in. I weighed in this morning at 73.1 kilos, I believe, which is 1.8 kilos less than yesterday. So about 2 kilos lost overnight. Progress time. Weighing in time, mate. How you feeling, big boy?
Kind of excited for first day weigh-in.
Day 2 weigh-in after
you,
yesterday.
You know what I mean? First day of full fast. Well,
Yeah. Is this the longest you've gone without eating?
Consciously, yeah. Subconsciously, I reckon I've done like it's probably this amount. Right, here we go.
What were you yesterday?
102.1.
Look at that. Sam, it even knows you. What's this going to say? Does it have a graph? No. So what's that down? Almost 2 kilos.
Yeah, pretty much. I think 1.9 kilos, isn't it? I forgot already because I'm so excited. But yeah, that's 2 kilos down.
Mate, you're going to be under 100 tomorrow.
That's. Excuse my French for that. I've been under 100 a while. So
That's exciting, mate.
Well, it's your turn now.
Day 2. Oh. Boom. 73.5. Yesterday I was 74.9. So yeah, I'm up 400 grams from this morning, but that's only because I had some water. So This morning I weighed in at 73.1, down 1.8 from yesterday. So we're almost at 41 and a half hours in. What are we about to do, Wham?
Gotta do a quick gym sesh.
Had to go for a gym sesh, you know what? Because it's about 1 p.m, 1 p.m. And this is about the time that we would both sort of eat during the day. And not gonna lie, I feel a little bit hungry, but I think it's mostly out of habit. What about you, Wham? How you feeling?
Not as hungry as yesterday, but my cravings have gone through the roof. Like
What? You were saying before that not food itself, but just like the ritual of eating food?
Well, the ritual of eating food, yeah. And then as well, like the cravings of stuff have just gone through the roof.
What are you craving?
Sushi.
We were driving down here and he's like, so you're telling me after this workout we can't go and get sushi? I'm like, yep. So we're gonna do a little sesh, probably go half an hour or something, and then see how we feel after. The boys just finished a gym session. How you feeling after that one, buddy?
Not bad.
Yeah?
I mean, I'm still sort of hungry, but like the urginess has gone down.
Yeah, and the way I think of it was talking about it, and Sammy asked why we're doing this. The way I think about it, there's probably some science behind this, but the reason why we do a weightlifting session, we only did a small session. We started off with incline bench, and then deadlifts, and then some pull-ups, and some shoulder press. So kind of like a whole body session, upper body focus. But the reason why, at least I think, or the way I think of it is, you're stressing your muscles, and because we're not ingesting any calories or nutrients, we're telling our body, hey, we need to keep our muscles, so use the fat or burn the fat. Because if you're out in the wild or whatever and you go a few days without food, you need your muscles to be able to hunt a warthog. So that's why we're lifting weights every second day or so. But back home, probably nap time, right, Wham?
Yeah.
We've crossed day 2, mate. 49 hours in. How you feeling?
I'm feeling nowhere near as hungry as I did last night. Probably my cognitive ability has gone down a bit, and as well my motivation to do things has gone down.
Yeah.
Because I'm just chilling accent. And like,
Yeah.
if I do anything, I always get like that second nature, like, oh, I'm getting hungry now, like after doing something. So if I just chillax, I don't get hungry.
Yeah, that's what I found too, is that I can do things like I wrote a newsletter this morning, and that went out fine, but usually I would do a little bit of work and food would be the reward. So missing out on that reward is probably the hardest part. But I went to jiu-jitsu training tonight. I'm pretty damn good right now. And we're going to do a little test. We've got a ketone meter here, which is to test blood ketones. Can you handle needles?
Somewhat.
If you can't handle needles, you probably want to skip ahead. Essentially, what it does, you make a prick in your finger, you put some blood on a strip, and it goes into this little device here, and then it tells you how many, or the concentration of ketones in your blood. And that is generally an indicator of whether or not you're in ketosis, which according to the app is saying 49 hours, 18 minutes, 19 seconds in, we are entering in ketosis, which is some information here. I'm not going to read all that. Oh, here we go. Blood ketones increase. BHB is usually 0.5 to 2 millimolars. So we should be around that if we're in ketosis. Let's check it out. We'll get this set up. Alright, mate, pass your finger. Finger of choice.
Had to look away there. I hate needles.
Here we go, we got the countdown. What's it going to be, mate?
I don't know what's
3,
good.
2, between 0.5 and 2. Oh, 1.8 millimole.
Is that good?
There we go. 1.8 millimole, not sure if you can see that, but anyway, I'll try to take a little photo of this. So yeah, according to the Zero app, you're in nutritional ketosis. So you're in the fat burning stage. Your body's starting to use fat as fuel.
I thought it had to be 0.2.
No, 0.5 to 2.0.
Oh.
All right, my turn.
It's like an exam, like you study for. I put on all this effort of like 50 hours of not eating to see if I've even passed or not.
Have you passed the test, mate?
Just, mate.
Okay, round 2. Different hand. I wash my hands. So that's what they advise to do. Is that wash your hands before you prick them. Oh, 0.2 millimolar. So I would be outside the range. I'm interested to see what that would be tomorrow morning, actually. I think I'll be...
What do you mean you're outside the range?
So the range of nutritional ketosis is, well, according to the... It's going to be different for different sources, but you want your blood ketone levels to be around 1.5 to 3 millimolar. But the Zero app says 0.5 to 2. So depending on where you take the sources from...
You mean it's just like as a healthy ketosis?
Well, that's... So once that's kind of an indicator that you have a significant amount of ketones in your blood, and what that means is now your body is using those ketones as energy rather than glucose.
Alright.
Yeah. So we've spent the last 48 hours basically depleting our body of glycogen and glucose. My levels might be a bit altered because I just trained with jiu-jitsu. Anyway, we're getting taken away here. We're at the end of day 2, brother. Congratulations. Guess what? Tomorrow morning I'm going to wake up and be close to 60 hours, basically over halfway. You excited?
Yeah.
We'll check in then.
I'm over halfway. Can't quit now.
Here we are. Day 3. Just been for a little walk along the front with El Cameo Dave. How you feeling, mate?
I want to give up.
You were feeling great before. What happened?
I think that going for a walk drained my batteries completely, and
It was a pretty long walk.
it was hot.
Yeah, it was pretty hot.
Long walk, no food, thinking about food, talking about food. I dreamt of food. I dreamt I ate couscous and I bit into it and had to, not couscous, yeah, couscous, like the hard bread things, had to spit it out. That was my dream, my nightmare.
It's not couscous, it's crouton.
Crouton, square crouton.
Dreams of croutons. That could be a band name or a movie.
That was like
That's Dave's
my
nickname.
food wet dream.
Well, now we're gonna do day 3 progress shots against the wall, and Wham's gonna weigh in. I already weighed in this morning. What'd you start off? What'd you weigh in?
I think it was like 90 flat, or maybe 91 flat. I can't remember.
Kilos.
Yeah. And now I'm down to, this morning I weighed in 87 and a half. So I've lost 3 or 4 kilos in 3 days. I can feel it here.
Feeling very clean. Look at that jawline.
Get yourself a set square, because that's it.
90-degree angle. All right. How are we looking, Mark? Weighing time, day 3, 62 or so hours fasting. How you feeling?
Talking about food on the walk this morning and I already want to quit.
We shouldn't have talked about food.
If I can make it 4 days, I'll be happy. I'll be real happy if I can make it 4 days.
We go on a family holiday every year and we were talking about the food that we're going to eat there on the walk. Bad idea. Oh, look at that.
Did I call it?
Below 100. What was that? 99.4.
Yeah.
So what's that from yesterday? You're under.
Yeah, I'm down like 800 grams.
800 grams. Good stuff, brother. Oh, what are you weighing in at, pal? What are you weighing in?
Get your ring on it.
Look at that. Big boy.
Does it even register?
I don't think it's picking you up. Oh, there we go.
Whoa.
Look at you.
Oh, I get your video up.
13.9 kilos. Wow.
Good.
We on? All right, it's just your local dial ketone tester. You got a finger there, mate?
Take
thank you.
Pull it. Nothing will happen.
Speaking of nothing happening in that front,
Yeah. I've been to the toilet like once,
I haven't at all.
barely, in this time, 3 days. Nearly 3
Weird.
days. This is the least you've ever heard me fart, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
How you like it?
it's great.
it's great.
okay,
Dad,
mate.
your farts
Finger.
are nuclear.
Can you ever say you've done this before? Testing your blood ketones on the side of the road.
If I'm not in it,
A
I'm
beautiful,
bailing.
a beautiful sunny day on the northern beaches. Let's see what we got. 1.2 millimolar.
I'm in it.
Congratulations.
I
You're
made
in,
it.
You're in starvation ketosis, mate.
Yay, time to end this fast. Let's go get some blood. Just wanted to know if my body could get there. It's got there. Fast achieved, guy. I'm going to end this video now. Catch you later.
My turn.
We're doing ours on the side of the road too.
Yeah, why not? We might as well, day 3, why don't we just,
Why don't we just start eating bark inside trees?
you know what, I'm,
Because it's
like,
calories.
you guys, I don't know, I don't get it. I'm not that hungry. At all.
My mental game's been destroyed by talking about tankers.
Yes.
Yeah. See, that's what I said before. We were talking about, we go on a family holiday, everyone as a group, and we were talking about the amazing banquets and how good it is to, it's just a good ritual to be around people you love and eat good food. Anyway, it's your local roadside ketone assessment.
Dude, and like olives and like blue vein cheese, some crackers, spring rolls, curry puffs. Not 100% sold on the Doritos, but they will be there. Maybe just the PM ones this time, so we can still intermittently fast. How are we looking there? Actually, no, more. Hang on. Sun-dried tomatoes.
Here we go. We're coming down. 5, 4,
You're terrible.
3,
I know.
2, 1. Your boy. There we go.
1.5.
1.5. I just have to beat you and everything, don't I? All right, Wham.
Swear word out.
Davo, you want to take over the cameraman?
What's
Hate needles.
Hate needles.
Yeah, even if it's a prick.
It's fine, bro. Don't sweat it.
What do you reckon you're going to be, Wham?
I don't know, last time I was 1.8, so I don't know, like 1.7.
Based off of what?
But I'm hungry as
Just having a guess.
All right. Look away, mate.
Dun.
I can't. I hate them.
Oh, he missed it. He's got to do it again.
Here we go.
People think we're crackheads or something.
Just injectables on the side of the road. 0.1. I think we might have to retest that, but that'll do for now. 0.1. All right.
Sam's like, I'm hungry, this doesn't make sense.
What was one? I don't know.
What does that mean?
We can do a rescan.
It means you're still hungry for a reason
All
because
right,
your body hasn't
we'll
used it.
skip ahead to the rescan.
What does that mean? Well, for you, mate, it means another prick.
You're kidding.
Thumb,
the bloodiest
thumb
thing you've
bleeds the
got.
most.
Oh.
Dave, you're definitely not having this, are you?
Hey?
You're definitely going to pub off this, aren't you?
I'm so
All
tired.
right, we're trying it again. Is Sam
3,
in?
2, 1.
2.7.
Oh, it said 0. I was
Okay.
looking at this. I thought
Yeah.
it was saying zeros.
All right, well, this is very opposite ends of the spectrum. I think last time in the scan we got before, we didn't get enough blood. So this time, I think you're deep in nutritional or starvation ketosis, mate. Congratulations.
Lovely.
How do you feel?
Shit.
It's all right. It's all right. Look, I'm surrounded
do-
by people. I can't help it. I just feel great, right? I seriously feel great. I don't know why you guys don't feel so good.
Because we don't feed off of other people's unhappiness. Maybe that's what it is. You're just sucking. You're the only joy between us right now. You just sucked
All right,
it all.
we'll check back in the next update. All right, Wham. 69 hours in, mate. We got that there. Boom. What are you going to do?
I'm breaking it.
Breaking it?
Yeah.
Why? How you been feeling?
Feeling like shit the whole day.
What do you mean?
Like hungry, hangry, like just literally all I can think about for the past like probably 48 hours is just food.
Yeah.
And it's like it's a demoralizer how like I can hear the family have dinner upstairs while I'm just down in my room fasting. There's nothing wrong with the fast. I kind of enjoyed the first 48 hours, but this last you could say 24 just sucks.
What have you been doing?
Just chilling in my room, drinking water, going for walks, did a gym sesh, just pretty much drinking water. That's mainly I've been doing, like being very chill. But that's probably a blessing and a curse in itself.
Oh, mate, you've done 70 hours, so that's basically 3 full days.
Swapping out the chips for steamed veggies.
What are you getting?
Rib fillet. Thank you. I'm so excited. I'm honestly over the moon. Highlight of the week right now. Like coming here, getting a steak, going home, getting chicken. We've been told by Daniel that I'm allowed to have chicken, high fat, chicken, cheese and bacon. That's definitely what's going to be on my plate tonight. That's only it. Chicken, cheese and bacon. I'm going to devour, have a good night, sleep well, wake up, start editing this footage. It's going to be great.
Just having a steak.
Yes, please.
Wonderful, thank you.
What is that?
Oh wow, I was getting photographed and everything.
Yeah, he's a star of the show.
The paparazzi away.
Breaking a 3-day fast. Yeah. How you feel, mate?
Excited.
Hey, guess what? I'm proud of you, brother.
Thank you.
Well. And now, I'll continue on with my dinner of sparkling water. "48 hours to go for me." You know what? We're at the shopping centre right now. Wham's getting food for dinner, and I'm not feeling hungry at all. It's weird. I think my ghrelin levels have hit that point where it's like, it's just after it feels like I've already eaten a meal. All this delicious food, yet I'm not hungry at all. I look at it and I go, yeah, that's nice. That'd be nice to eat, but it's like, I don't need it. Maybe that'll change over the next 48 hours.
I don't know how you do it.
I'm being serious.
I don't
It sounds like I'm going crazy, but I'm
You
not.
are. Third time the charm, eh?
Oh, this is the third time, is it, mate?
Yeah, dog.
Ah, well. All right. So, this is the third. Well, it is. Well, it is the third
and you're
day.
fast by the time we're done with this clip.
Yeah, I could imagine. Welcome back to the fasting couch. We are here on day 4. I'm officially 73 hours into my fast. Big Wham, you ended yours earlier, and you also cooked dinner for the family, which I loved the sight of. I didn't get to enjoy it, but I'm sure it,
was
tasted
alright, yeah.
amazing.
It was pretty good.
Pretty good?
Yeah, I had 2 dinners pretty much.
Yeah. So Wham, about 70 hours in, so a couple of hours ago in the clip you saw before, ended his fast, but then we went to the grocery store, and he bought some supplies and cooked the family dinner because it is Wednesday. And that's his night.
Yeah.
But speaking of being 73 hours in, apparently I'm in deep ketosis. There's a couple of points here. So the liver continues to produce ketones, which become the primary fuel for the brain. IGF-1 levels are low, as is glucose and circulating insulin. BHB production increases, so this makes sense. We actually did a blood ketone test before, but it didn't record. So my blood ketone level is 3.3 millimoles per litre. And we'll put a photo up of the scan we took. Total ghrelin output remains lower than baseline. So ghrelin is the hunger hormone. It basically tells you that your body's hungry. And so this is what's really counterintuitive. The longer you go on in a fast, the lower your ghrelin levels are. So that hormone that tells you that you're hungry, the lower it gets the longer you fast. Which makes sense because I was in the supermarket before and I was just in a zen mode. I can't really explain it. It's just I wasn't hungry. I was looking at food. I'm like, wow, that's nice. I kind of know deep down that I have to eat, but at the same time, I was like, I feel as if I've already had a meal. That completely doesn't make sense, but that's just how it feels. Like I don't have any urge to eat. It's hard to explain. Number 5 is autophagy accelerates. So that's my body breaking down old cells and using those as fuel. But other than not eating for the last just over 3 days, I feel great. I had a nap this afternoon. I did some writing for another project that I'm working on. I had great concentration during that. I could sit there for a couple of hours and just did it. I would say that my energy levels aren't peaking and they aren't completely hitting rock bottom. They're kind of just flatlining it. How are you feeling?
Feeling great after food. But yeah, going back to your energy levels, my energy levels before I ended the fast were just very like below average, I'd say. And I couldn't do what he says, like keep focus and I didn't get into a Zen mode. I couldn't keep focus. I was too micro stressing about food and stuff like that. So like that was mainly what was on my mind pretty much 24/7 since I started it. But yeah, it was kind of fun. Next time when I fast, we'll probably in the future we'll do another video. I'll probably prepare a lot more for said fast with better diet and no coffee prior, because that was the main thing that sort of ruined me, was the coffee headaches that I got. It kind of ended today, like this morning on the third day, but I was too far gone of just micro stressing about food that I had to end it early.
Well, it's all right, mate. 3 days. I'm proud of you. Love you. And we'll check in tomorrow. I'm going to keep going. I've got about another 48 hours or so. So, yeah, it's like when you're young and you're waiting for your birthday. That's how I feel. You know how the days kind of go a little bit slow and then you're just so excited for your birthday? That's how I feel about Friday night. I'm excited. I'm cooking up a feast for everyone here. But we'll see you tomorrow. Good morning. We are almost 84 hours in, 69%. Haha, either way up. So we are 83 hours, 42 minutes in. I've just woken up. A little bit dehydrated again this morning. I think that seems to be a red thread. So I've got this glass. I just put a few sprinkles of salt in here. And I find if I sip this, by the time I'm finished it, I feel I'm back to feeling normal. I have no hunger at all. And an exciting thing happened this morning. I went to the bathroom for the first time. Come on, I'll show you. No, I'm kidding. I'm not going to show you that. But I can tell you is that it wasn't much. And it wasn't solid. So if you want to know those details, that's what happens. That's the first time since I started the fast that I went to the toilet. And it was pretty uneventful. So, I'm going to test my blood ketones. Last night they were pretty high, 3.3 millimolars. And today's just going to be as normal. It's the second last day of the fast. I'm going to enjoy it. I said to myself, I was writing in my diary, I was like, you know what? I'm not going to rush through this. Even though, like, part of me is like, it'd be nice to eat food. I don't feel hungry, as I said. Oh, I'm out of needles. Be back. Reload. Yeah, as I was saying, I'm not going to rush it. I'm just going to embrace it. I'm going to go into new territory by the end of today, because the longest fast I've done before is about 4 days, so 96 hours. So by the end of this time tomorrow, I'll be the longest I've ever gone without food, which is kind of exciting. 3, 2, 1. 3.4 millimoles. That's pretty cool. So that's the highest I've been so far. If we go into here, according to the app, I read it this morning. Fasting for 3+ days has been shown to decrease circulating insulin and glucose by 30% or more, which can contribute to decreased risk of metabolic disease. Metabolic diseases like heart disease and other things like that, diabetes. Blood BHB, so BHB, again, I'm not sure what that acronym is, I'll put it up on the screen, is basically blood ketones, will continue to elevate. I think that's where I am. One study showed that BHB levels will eventually plateau between 5 to 6 millimoles day 20 to 25 of fasting. I'm not going to go that far. I'm going to end the fast tomorrow night. A 2020 review of scientific literature showed that a correlation between elevated BHB levels, aka this, and lower levels of hunger, although the underlying mechanisms are currently unknown. But I can attest to that because I have very low levels of hunger. Anyway, I've got some study to do today. I'm gonna go see my dad, we'll go for a walk, and then treat the day as normal. Rest if I need to rest, and just embrace the last 48 hours or 40 so hours of the fast. All right, we're on day 4. Just been for a beautiful little walk. It's nice and warm out there, eh, Wham?
Not bad.
Not bad. It's time to do progress photos and weigh in, check in. I already weighed in this morning. I was the lightest I've ever been so far. I think it was 71.9. But before that, I'm gonna get some nice breakfast because it's so hot outside. There we go. Delicious glass of breakfast, aka water and ice. Let's weigh in. What a poor host, I didn't even offer you one. You want one? Here you go, mate.
Yes, sir.
Glass of water with ice. Cheers. I read a superstition once that it's bad luck to cheers with just water. Alright, prepared this earlier. We are, let me check, 85 hours, 19 minutes in of day 4.
Let that focus, one sec.
We on?
There you go, we on.
Fish on. So I'm feeling great. As I said, we went for a walk, and you know what? I'm pretty excited because at the start of each day I write like a little list of what I need to do, and so I can tick off this one. I'm not sure if you can see that, but that says fast all day. And as you see, I didn't tick off any of the others because I usually just do them and then review them the next day. But that's enough about what I do during the day. Let's progress shot. I'm feeling pretty lean. Get in line with the little wall hanger. How we looking, mate?
10 out of 10, mate.
Here we are again. Oh, back in the bathroom. How are you? So this morning, weighed in, when I first woke up, 71.9 kilos. And by the way, it's the first of the month, so pinching a punch, mate, for the first of the month. That was down on yesterday by about 1 kilo. So yesterday at 9:23 p.m. Was 72.8. So I feel like that's just water, like you sweat while you sleep. So let's weigh in again. A few hours after waking up. Boom, 73.1. Damn. And that, I believe, is because I've had a hell of a lot of water this morning. Because I just woke up feeling thirsty as. Your turn, Wayne. So you've had food yesterday, mate?
I've had 2 dinners.
2 dinners.
Pretty much, yeah. Because I was hungry as hell. And as well, continuing fasting from, what was it? 8 o'clock. From 8 o'clock p.m. to 12 p.m. the next day.
So you're switching to a 16 and 8?
Yes.
So not eating for 16 hours a day?
Yeah, so it's somewhat of a fast, but it's not what you're doing.
Yeah, that's fine.
But yeah, I feel lighter, but at the same time, I don't think I've lost weight since I've ate all that food.
Alright.
But anyway, here goes nothing.
Get in on it, mate. What are we? 98.5, down. 98 point...
No way. That's down 600 grams.
Step forward a bit. There we go. 98.7, mate. 0.6. It will eventually register. Sam. Boom. What's the graph gonna say? Just stay on there, mate.
What does it tell you the weather? Like, I don't get it. Yeah, let me just see the weather one real quick.
Yeah, well, wait, if you're weighing in the first thing in the morning, you want to know what the weather's like so you can go to the beach and show off your tidy rig. Anyway, what are you down from yesterday?
I was 99.1 yesterday, so that's another 600 grams or something, another 500 grams. Yeah.
Beautiful.
I already forgot the number because I don't.
So we're gonna do some weightlifting later today. I think around 11. So that's what I found helps. Is usually when I get hungry, if I do some sort of movement, then I feel better after that. And so, yeah. You ready?
Sure am.
Get in here, man. We need some really cool elevator music here. You can't handle a 1 minute elevator ride? So we just finished a workout. I'm about 90 hours without food. I'm feeling great. It was a little bit slow getting started, but the pump is actually not too bad. How you feeling, mate?
Amazing. I actually feel really good after that workout. Good reset, eating
I
healthy.
can't believe this. Like if you had told me a few years ago, as I said before, that I'd be able to train and have an awesome session. We kept it simple: bench press, shoulder press, deadlifts, pull-ups. You did that pull down, and finished off with some bicep curls and tricep press downs. But 4 days no food. Fast, be fast. We got jiu-jitsu tonight, so we're gonna see how I go there. But otherwise, feeling great. Holy crap, am I ready for bed? But it is 9:44 p.m. on day 5 of 5. Check that out. We are officially 98 hours on day 5 of 5 of the 5-day fast. Today was a full-on day. After weight training, had a little bit of a nap. That was a great afternoon nap. And then I did a couple of hours study, so just reading a book. And after that, went to jiu-jitsu training, had some rolls. Shout out to Big Wham. Thank you for the roll, my brother. It was great fun as always. But now I'm well and truly ready for bed, and I'm going to check my ketones just before I go, because I finished jiu-jitsu training, like it went great. Like I felt like I had plenty of energy. The rolls that I did weren't too high intense, so I think that's where probably I would lack energy if I had to go really, really intense. But it certainly wasn't as if I was offering nothing, put it that way. This time I'll try it on the other pinky. A little bit of a sharp sting. 10. See, there's a bit of indiscrepancy with these meters. Okay, that's 0.9. I'll take a quick photo of that. Boom, there we go. So I'll put it on the screen somewhere here. 0.9 millimoles. I'm feeling great, not hungry at all. Definitely am looking forward to eating tomorrow night though. So yeah, I guess that's it for day 4, leading into day 5. Under 24 hours left. I'll see you tomorrow morning. Good morning. You know what? I'm really excited because it is day 5 of 5. We're 107 hours in. I just woke up. You know, I woke up this morning feeling the best I've felt the past few days. Again, I was a little bit dehydrated, but got the big mug with a few sprinkles of salt in there, and I've been sipping on that for the last 10 minutes or so. I weighed in this morning at 71.4 kilos, which is the lowest of the entire time. Last night, just before bed, I weighed in at 72.7 kilos. Also went to the bathroom again this morning, but as you could imagine, wasn't much again. So that's the second time. I think it might be the magnesium. I did read somewhere that if you have too much magnesium, so I had 2 magnesium tablets last night. If you have too much magnesium in one hit, it can cause diarrhea. So maybe that was it. But let's check the ketones. You know, I was thinking, it's very strange to me how good I feel. Because I've studied nutrition, well, I've got a degree in nutrition, and I've studied it for probably the last 7 to 8 years actively, like just experimenting with myself and seeing what the best way to eat for athletic performance is, basically. I still don't know, but for weight loss, I can tell you what I've come down to is the conclusion is, because there are so many different diets and so many different dogmas of eating, I mean, at the end of the day, what works for me might not work for you, but usually the 2 points that I tell people, we're not bleeding this morning very much. The 2 points that I tell people are eat less often, so that's number 1, and would help if I could get some blood out to test these ketones. Anyway, eat less often and avoid refined crap. Those 2 are basically universal principles. Maybe my hands are cold. There we go. 3, 2, 1. 1.9 millimoles. Not a bad way to start off a Friday. I'll take a photo of that. Yeah, so if you eat less often and avoid refined crap, that's a pretty robust way to not put on weight. I'm also a big fan of Michael Pollan's eat food, as in real food, not too much, mostly plants. And so Michael Pollan is a science writer. If you want to check out a really great book about food, check out his book, Food Rules. Highly recommend that. Otherwise, today's going to be as normal. If it feels like Groundhog Day for you, it's because it kind of is. I'm not doing anything. Like, fasting is kind of a big to consumerism, because when you say you're doing a fasting diet, you're literally not. What supplement are you taking? None, except for salt and water. What kind of food are you eating? None. So it's like all these diet trends and supplements are just like off the wall. You're just doing nothing basically. So we're gonna go for a walk, and then I got some study to do again today. And yeah, I'm cooking dinner for the family tonight. I'm excited. It's a real good tip is when you're fasting. This is my trick. This is how I've gone 5 days with no food. Ready? Look at that. Absolutely empty, except for some S. Pellegrino. You know, this is just sparkling mineral water. I've been having probably one of these a day. Just got a bunch of just sodium, magnesium, basically just sparkling water. So yeah, that's my treat. Get yourself some San Pellegrino. It's the fastest breakfast of choice. Let's take some progress shots and we'll do our daily weigh-ins. Boom. I like that little colouring tradition every morning. You know what? I realised probably would be a good idea to put the date on there. Anyway, next time. We're at October 2nd, 111 hours in. Got that? Beautiful. All right. I'm feeling unreal this morning, actually. Like a Jedi. Real calm and in tune with nature, but also ready to hunt. How are we looking? Well, fancy seeing you here again. Time to weigh in, bit of Groundhog Day. This morning I was 71.4. I've had a lot of water since then. Boom, 72.3. So up about 1 kilo from this morning, and that's from a bunch of water. So I think I'm still down 2.5 kilos or so from the very start. I think I was 74.8 or 74.9. Big Wham, what do you reckon, mate? Do you know what? Do you know what you were yesterday?
Wasn't I like 98? I did like a 19-hour fast, so I haven't eaten from lunch yesterday. So 3 o'clock.
So you only had one meal yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Beautiful.
Here
Let's
we go.
roll. What are we at? 98. 90. Oh. You need to stand forward a little bit more, I reckon. There we go. 97.9. Recognises you as Sam. Mate. Under 98. 97.9. How's that feel?
Yeah, not bad. Not good.
Keep the momentum going, brother. All right. We're going to go to lift some weights later this afternoon, but during the day, I've got a few things to do. So, yeah. Oh, actually, we got to get some food for tonight. I'm cooking dinner. Don't ruin the surprise. Now, this is one of my favourite places in all of the northern beaches. How are we, brother?
How's it going?
Mate, excellent. I'm very excited. We need to load up. Tonight is steak night. I haven't eaten in 5 days. We're making a little documentary here. And so I'm gonna need, I think it is gonna be at least 6 of us, plus 2, so that's 8, plus 4, 12. We might as well go 13 of the black Angus sirloins, please, mate. Hopefully there's enough. Thank you, mate. Look at this. This is what you want. The primo cut. How are you, mate?
Yeah, good.
We've bought you out of meat, mate.
Hey?
We've bought you out of meat, have we? I haven't eaten in 5 days. So, tonight's steak night, mate.
What's with the doggo?
Just seeing what it's like. Mate, feeding the family tonight.
Yeah.
Crew's coming around too, steak night.
Yeah.
Have to load up on the goods.
Yeah, absolutely.
Put your pin in the
What's going on over the weekend?
No, mate, probably edit some videos, do some training.
Yeah.
Yeah, not too much. How about you?
I'm having a birthday tomorrow.
Oh,
So
exciting.
I'm at work in the morning, but
Yeah.
we're having a few chicken wings and a couple
What,
of
25?
beers. Yeah, 25 with 23 years experience.
I love it, mate.
Yeah.
Well, happy birthday.
Cheers,
I'll
mate.
see you later.
Thank you
Thanks,
very much.
guys. See you later. You know what? I want to see if a workout influences my ketone levels. So I'm going to test it before and after. About to go to the gym and lift some weights. And we're on. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 3 millimoles. Woohoo! That's exciting. All right, let's go lift, and then we'll measure this again. That's what we forgot to do. I said after workout, I wanted to measure my ketones. I think this thing's on the fritz. So before it was, I think that's what it is. Every time I put it down, it turns off. So before the workout, I was 3.0 millimoles per litre. And now let's see, after the workout. Really, I should probably be measuring blood glucose before and after a workout. The magic countdown. What do we got?
Not focusing.
That's right. 2.1. So 2.1 millimoles. I'll take a quick photo of that. So interesting to see how quickly it can change. I mean, as I said, blood glucose would probably, my blood glucose would probably be fairly low right now. But then after a workout, it would probably go up because as the muscle is releasing I believe I'm going to get this wrong, but it's glycogen back into the bloodstream that gets turned into glucose. Hence, after you've worked out, you need some energy, you need some glucose. Muscles releases it, blood glucose goes up. But back to prepping dinner. Guess what time it is? Look at that, turning green. We're 120 hours, so day 6 of 6. 100% done. The fast is done. I just finished jiu-jitsu training. We're practicing arm bars. Big shout out to Jazz and Billy for the rolls. Epic tonight. But you know what? I don't actually feel hungry. I've just had a shower and I feel ready to eat, but I'm not at all like ravenous to eat. That being said, the barbecue, this big dog is ready to go. We got some primo steaks from my boy Tim. I think the crew are rocking around. You can hear my dogs going off in the background. Check that out. Beautiful black Angus sirloin. That's what I'm going to break my fast with. Let's get it on. So we got a beautiful, delicious spread here. We got some black Angus sirloin steaks, feet, some cauliflower, cheese, and red onion. I'm probably gonna stick with just one of these to begin with to see how it goes. I did read somewhere that you probably want to avoid cruciferous, I can't say the word, it begins with C, type vegetables. But this is for the fam. I'm cooking for the fam here. And over here we got some broccoli slash broccolini, also with melted cheese. Just a simple dish that needs to feed a lot of people. Plate up, team. You need to just start my team. One day we'll get this right. We'll get this cameraman person relationship right.
You got the code?
Did you get the code?
So
Got
we're
the code?
starting?
No code.
You didn't get the code?
We're on.
Are we?
Boom. We're about to... Have we started?
Yes.
All right. Anyway, I'm ending this. Boom. Done. Whatever that says. Well done. You fasted for 120 hours, 42 minutes. I got 42 minutes to spare. I'm taking that off the next one. Got the fam for dinner. They've already tucked in. So I hope it's nice, team.
Lovely.
You enjoying it, old man? Alright. You know what's funny? I don't even feel like eating.
My dinner's right there. Right there.
Thank you, cameraman.
You miss it?
Food still tastes good.
Yeah.
Real good.
Tastes good. Wash a little tear.
That, my God.
Never again.
Hunger is the best seasoning. Alright, that's it.
Well done,
We'll
mate.
check back in
Good
later.
job.
We're gonna have dinner. Alright, here we are. Day 6, post-fast. What are we? We are 12 hours, 7 minutes post-fast. So I'm not sure if you can see that. That's why we do the screen recording. And I'm feeling great. I weighed in the lightest I've weighed this whole time this morning. I believe I was 70.5 kilos, which, if we go back to day 1, I was 5 days ago 74.8. So that's down 4.3 kilos. Again, that was from just waking up. Might be lighter after water and whatever. Sorry, heavier. Now we're going to test blood ketones. So what I want to do for the next week or so is stay in ketosis. I'm not sure if the meal I had last night... Oh, probably should have got that strip ready. See, the way I'm going to do that is eat high fat and mediocre protein. Because if you eat too much protein, well then by the pathway of gluconeogenesis, it turns that protein into carbohydrates, potentially kicking you out of ketosis. So let's go here. Tick tock, tick tock. .5 millimoles. So, still in ketosis. Now, we'll set up for some progress shots. So, I'm feeling great. Like I trained twice yesterday, had a big steak for dinner, going to training after we do this. How are we looking? The final weigh in. Don't worry, I'll never do that again. All right, let's see. 71.3. Wonderful. So that's up 800 grams on this morning because, as I said, I had some water. A big wham. You weighing in?
Here we go.
How you feeling, mate? I'll probably step back on.
I feel great. I'm just a little tired because I'm just wrecked from training.
What do we got there, mate? 98.2.
So up 300 grams.
Up 300 grams?
Yeah.
Is that 97.9
Yeah.
yesterday? That's all right, mate. Well, it's gonna fluctuate in between that for
Yeah, no, I mean, look, I'm under 100, I'm happy.
Yeah.
So.
Day to day is not as important as month to month, year to year. All right, so that's going to be the final segment for this. I'm probably going to put some sort of outro on the end, summarising different things. But thanks, brother. It was a great adventure. I appreciate your help.
Good. Yeah, thank you.
Thanks for following along.